Hello world. Today we're working on a 2001 to 2007 Ford Escape. This is a fuel pump replacement. There are the tools you need. Luckily this is one of the easier ones. This one happens to be underneath the seat, so it should make it easy for everybody to replace. Now you're going to want to go ahead and get that seat out of the way. As you can see, it just flips on over. Then you're going to have these Phillips screws that we're going to have to remove. So go ahead and grab a Phillips screwdriver, start taking those little guys out. So there's only 4. Not too bad, if I do say so myself. Alright, now we're going to move this lid out of the way. There are some connectors here. There's about 2 or 3 that you're going to want to disconnect, just so we can get that out of the way. So you may need to use your screwdriver or not, it depends. Sometimes they're easy to get to and pull out. Now let's move it out of the way. We're going to go ahead and disconnect the return line and this feed line. Luckily these are quick disconnects, so there is no special tool required. All you need to do is squeeze the little tabs on the side and pull the line. So you want to make sure and clean up that area or have a rag to collect some of that fuel. Now this ring, this locking ring for the pump, there is a tool specifically for this, but if you don't have one, then you can use a little pry bar with a hammer. You do want to be very gentle because it's made out of plastic, unlike some of the other ones that are made out of metal. But it's going to take some gentle smacking, but it will come loose. After that you'll start feeling it, and then it'll start turning counterclockwise. Once it's loose, you can go ahead and remove it, get that out of the way. And now we're pretty much ready to take out the old non-working fuel pump. This is the entire assembly. Now here's where that needle nose comes in handy, because the level arm, or the fuel level sensor arm, kind of gets in the way, so you want to remove it off of the pump and try not to let it drop. But if it does, then you have plenty of space to get it. But you do want to get it off so you can get the assembly off. So it takes a little jiggling back and forth, but eventually you'll get it off. Sorry, I can't give you a better angle at this time, but there we go. And we drop the arm, so we're gonna get it with our little handy little magnet. So as we put in the new pump, we should be able to insert the level sensor arm a little bit. That way when we insert it, it doesn't get in the way. The hole is only so big, so you want that in a little bit of the ways, and then we slide it in. Just like the old pump, we have to wiggle it a little bit back and forth, but you'll see what I'm talking about. Now we get that sucker in there. There is a gasket, and you'll typically see it in the packaging. There will be a gasket underneath that will have to be put on or removed, because sometimes it tends to stick on there. So now that we have this guy on there. We're gonna go ahead and try to tighten it. Then you do have to reuse these little plastic holder clip things that I don't know the specific name. And they are different sizes, so you can't really confuse them, but if you want to do it how I did it, leave them on till the end and then do one by one. So connect those guys back on. Now we're going to go ahead and connect our electrical connections. They are all different, so you can't really mix them up. Once you get that last one on there, then you put the lid back on, get those screws on there, screw it back in, and then you're set. Now you don't have to disconnect the battery for this. Typically I do, just in case, but you don't necessarily have to. So you can choose whether to do it or not. But anyways, that's it. Easy peasy.